think I am capable of describing the headache with which I woke up. For a long time I lay very still, not daring to move, and wishing I would lose consciousness again. When it became clear that this was not going to happen, I opened my eyes. My friend Mary Kinnaird was sitting beside me reading a book. She was wearing her usual tweed skirt and a powder blue blouse and a dreadful prickly cardigan like the sheepskin in the story of Jacob and Esau. I had no idea where I was or how I got there, but if Mary Kinnaird was sitting next to me, calmly reading, I knew I was perfectly safe. I said, "Hello, Mary." She didn't hear me. I waved. She was so startled she dropped the book. Her smooth, broad brow crinkled with distress. Then she leaped out of her chair and landed on her knees next to me by the bed, in which I'd been laid out, and grabbed my hands and exclaimed, "Oh, Julia! Julia, do you know me?" "Of course I know you, Mary," I said peevishly. "I'm sorry, darling, you're speaking into my bad ear." Flustered, she dropped my hands to hold up the beautiful brass horn. "Can you see? Can you hear me properly? What happened? Oh, dear, now that you're awake, I really should go and ring your mother. Julia, can you speak? How do you feel?" I wanted to tell her to shut up or her blethering was going to kill me. I wanted to tell her it didn't matter whether I could see or speak, and that I didn't care if she wanted to go and ring the king. I couldn't possibly tell her what happened, because not only did I not know, but due to my fearsome headache, I never wanted even to find out. I knew she could read my lips if I was facing her. I turned toward her on the pillow and said clearly, gazing into her eyes, "Please cut my head off." "Oh, darling," Mary Kinnaird said and kissed me. "I don't think anyone but me knows you're here. The ward sister was rather run off her feet when I came in, and I haven't had a chance to explain to her who you are. You were brought in here to the hospital 2 days ago by a family of travelling tinker folk, and they didn't know who you are either. Everyone thought you were one of them. There was a story about it in the front page of the Perth Mercury. Tinker lass left for dead on river bank. Why aren't your people worried about you?" "I came home early without telling them. I'm not supposed to get here till Saturday." "2 days, you said. It's Friday." "Saturday? The Tinkers kept you with them overnight when they found you. They brought you here the next day." "Saturday?" I gasped in disbelief. I'd been unconscious since Wednesday. It was the most tremendous thing that had ever happened to me. "How did you know the person in the Mercury was me?" "Of course she'd left me a note, darling, only I didn't find it till this morning. The library's shut all day on Wednesday, so I can get the messages in the morning before early closing in the village. And I was out when you came in, and then when I found your note, I guessed that the girl left unconscious on the riverbank might be you, and I was dreadfully worried, especially as it was a lad that found you, lying at the edge of Infort Field with a great dent on your head. Did he do something to you, darling?" "What kind of something?" "Oh, well, anything, anything." I was still too dazed to be alarmed at this subtle innuendo, though obviously I'd nearly had my head smashed in. Surely not by the same person who said he'd found me unconscious. Who'd be stupid enough to ambush someone and then deliver her to the hospital? I began to take an inventory of my working parts as Mary spoke. Impossible to move my head without being sick. Crikey! Did someone actually hit me, or did I somehow crack my skull on the slab of rock I'd been sitting on? My tongue caught on the jagged edge of a tooth. It was chipped. I poked gingerly at the snaggly enamel with a fingertip, then moved my hand so my friend could see my mouth shape these words. "Oh, Mary, do I look like a hag?" She answered a little briskly, "You're quite as lovely as ever." It was probably the most thoughtless thing I'd ever said to her. I wished I'd never woken up. I wished I could start all over again and never have let her see vain, coquettish Julie, whose first thought in the world is always for the way people see her. Mary Kinnaird lives like a hermit most of the time because people who don't treat her like a cretin are scared of her. She has the kindest face in the world, but it is not a face like everyone else's. When you say something that hurtful, it only draws attention to it if you try to take it back, so I didn't. I reached further up my head to explore the bump and the bandages and discovered what was left of my hair. I'm ashamed to put down here what happened next, but I shall, as a sort of...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.